So, what is due this week? We all know what is due this week. And we've all been talking to people, trying to get an insight as to what specifically is in the report. There's a certain group of people who seem to know everything in the report. Even how many prepositions are there per page. That's how detailed they know the report. They are not happy. They are not happy with what the report is saying. But still, they will crack on with their agenda. Because not only were colors nailed to the mast, the woodwork of the ship was varnished a certain way to the extent that you can't unvarnish that. Yeah, you just said nothing is impossible. Of course, there are many things impossible. They only told us that as children, and I've long said on this program that there are things we were taught as children that unfortunately too many adults maintain that way of thinking, which is what is wrong with the world. But as children, you were taught that nothing is impossible. Rubbish. Of course, there are many, many things that are impossible. Can you unfry an egg? No. Yeah? Can you get it back in the shell in the state it was before you broke it and dropped it in the pot? No. So, yeah? So it's impossible for some people, going with their logic now, to walk back from where they went based on what we are picking up. A lot of people not happy. So, set that aside on the tray for a moment. The Integrity Commission, a lot of Jamaicans have made up their minds about the Integrity Commission. A lot. And I don't know if the people who staff the Integrity Commission at the highest levels, and here we can parse and separate those who lead and drive the commission, the public faces of the Integrity Commission, separate them from those, the soldiers who are in the system and making the machine work. Not talking about those this morning. Talking about the leaders, those who make the decisions at the highest level. I don't know that you can be satisfied that the commission you lead has the perception that it does. I can't understand that you are so committed and so ingrained, so focused on the purpose you say you serve, that you don't give a darn about what the public says about what you do and how you do what you do. Hard positions have already been formed around the work of the Integrity Commission based on what is to come. From my understanding, those hard positions will firm up even more. If you thought before this moment that the Integrity Commission is doing right by the people it investigates and is doing its work without bias, doing its work without nefarious intent, doing its work without trying to destabilize the political administration, if you believe that, then what they publish this week will support your argument based on what I have been told. If you feel that the Integrity Commission is intent on sowing seeds of discontent to cause you to feel less than secure with the leadership the country has. If you feel that sections and segments of the Integrity Commission have been compromised by people who want power at any cost, and if you feel that this commission is out to cast Holness and his administration as being unworthy of the positions they hold in this society now, there'll be more than grist for your mill, based on what I've been told. So that leaves a middling segment. Or is it a middling segment? Because remember, I said in the build-up, there are more people who believe the commission, by its work, has compromised itself, and that the commission is less than the reputations of the people who staff the commission at the top levels, than there are people who believe that this entity is all well and good and doing the work in the right way. So it's not a middling segment that's left, but there is a section left of opinion makers. And which side will they fall on when the details emerge? All of this suggests that there are things about the commission that are in need of repair. Is it as simple as new people? Is it with the structure of the organization? Is it the way it is empowered to operate by virtue of its foundation, of its architecture, its design? Is that why the good people who went there with sterling reputations, for some people, for many people, are appearing to work in a manner that is in conflict with the reputable way those individuals have worked in other places before? Is it just people, or is it the system? Those are questions we need to answer. It is not healthy for a commission of parliament tasked with the awesome responsibility that the Integrity Commission is tasked with, resourced to the level that the Integrity Commission is resourced at, to not enjoy public support broadly. Even that alone is a problem. But the devil is always in the details. In this case, the devil is in every grain of rice on the plate. It's a huge problem, people. This week will cause people who had a certain amount of respect and who had full respect in some instances for the people who lead the Integrity Commission. You're either going to say, well, see, this is why I respected that gentleman, Or you're either going to say, I've lost all respect for that gentleman, and that gentleman. I wouldn't want to be a member of the Integrity Commission this week, whichever way it goes. The penny was flipped in the air. They taught us in science at high school that the penny stops in the air before it falls. When we were told that first, we said, what? The penny stop? Mr. Wiltshire explained that then how it all come down if it never stopped. You can't see when it stops with the naked eye. But it did stop. And then it began its descent. Well, I see. The penny is about to hit the floor. Is it a two-headed coin?